Tales from the Outer Rim.
Alrighty then, welcome back to Tales from the Outer Rim. This is my Star Trek Online Let's Play where we explore the story arcs that are no longer story arcs. What that means is they are no longer easily accessible or promoted on the main storyline. They're not here anymore. They used to be, but they're not. This particular one, Lost Dominion, occurs directly after Cardassian Struggle. That's all I got so far. So here we go.
The Federation is hosting yet another conference at Deep Space Nine. They plan to discuss what to do about the BORG. This would be an opportune time to visit and keep an eye on both the Federation and the Dominion's interests in the area. Serve the Empire well.
Okay. Visit Deep Space Nine. I bet I have to pop out and pop back in. Yep, Lost Dominion complete. Resolved mission. Lost Dominion. That was it. So directly into our second. Time is short. Second wave.
My name is Commander Messi Achebe, and I was authorized by your High Council to contact you. By now, you've faced the BORG. The Collective is appearing with more frequency in the Alpha Quadrant now, and DEFERA is facing repeated attacks. We've been able to push them back so far, but we can't do it forever. Not without help. Starfleet is organizing a meeting on DS9 to discuss the BORG situation. Representatives from Starfleet, the Cardassians, and the Deferi will be present. Your Chancellor is sending a representative as well. We want you to be there to represent the Klingon forces fighting the Collective. We have our differences, but some problems are simply too big to ignore.
Report to Deep Space Nine again and take part in negotiations for combined force to combat the BORG. Got some stuff. And this is where you get the Jem'Hadar set stuff. If you'd like. Jem'Hadar armor, Jem'Hadar set. Oh, the pistol does not count. There we go. Begin second wave. Welcome to Deep Space Nine. Welcome to old Deep Space Nine. This was the old model before they got bought out. I know you're here for the conference, but Commander Andrews would like to see you in ops as soon as you have time. Enjoy your stay, sir. The is significant of cures on masters. Commander, what she does. This guy's sushi there. Please we have to go to if you were. Amen. Some things are interesting. Okay. Here's something though. It has been many years since I have played this story arc, so I am learning as you are. Ah, there you are. I believe you're a tailor. That makes sense. And what is this? This is... I think there's some people down here. Yeah, stars. Yeah, stars. And this is the bank. Oh, that's the exchange. This is the bank. Oh, that's also the exchange. Who are you? You are the medical person. You are nobodies. Oddly enough, in just a nowhere land, we have things to mine and collect. Anything else like that? Oh, there's supposed to be another one. Alright. Here's the banks. Okay. So, even though this is now single player, they still have all these things, and they didn't remove them because it would probably take more to remove them than it would to just leave them there. Alright, what do we got here? Garrick? Garrick. That's what I thought. Right, let's work on this. Talk to commanders in operations. Operations. Commanders probably us. That's what he says. Here's Hirsch. Ah, here. Wait.
Welcome to DS9. I'm Commander Karen Andrews, Captain Carlin's first officer.
He asked me to inform you that he has been delayed dealing with an incident in Cargo Bay 3. Also, I must remind you, you are here as our guest. I don't expect any trouble, but it never hurts to remind someone about the rules. Our people were allies once. That may not be the case now, but at the very least we can be civil to one another.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to begin the conference until Captain Kurland is available. I wonder, would you be willing to track down the other attendees and inform them of the delay? I can send a junior officer, but I thought this way you'd get a chance to meet the delegates before formal talks begin. Every little bit of connection or information helps in a diplomatic situation. Okay, so now you'll find people. Alright, speak with the attendees. Right here.
I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm sure the discussion on the Borg will be enlightening. Your government's position will be of particular interest to me. Clearly, the Borg are a major threat to the Quadrant. However, Cardassia's ability to assist in any action against them will be somewhat limited.
Still rebuilding.
If you will recall, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War. We still maintain a small force, but for planetary defense only. Any Cardassian military vessels you may have seen were undoubtedly stolen by the so-called True Way. Regrettably, Starfleet has yet to put a stop to their campaign of terror, though I'm sure they're giving it their best effort.
Captain Kurland has been unavoidably detained. We will delay the start of the conference until he is ready.
I'm reminded of an associate of mine, Gul Mavek. He was stationed here during the Dominion occupation. During his time here, he developed a fondness for Bajoran-distilled Kanar. Apparently, during the Cardassian occupation, the soldiers wanted their favorite libation, but there was not enough Kanar in the shipments from home. So these resourceful young officers conscripted a group of Bajorans, mostly from the religious houses, to distill Kanar for them. The Kanar from Bajor has a different color and flavor from Cardassian vintages. Purists frown on it, of course, but many Cardassians developed quite a taste for it while they were here. Needless to say, it is impossible to find it on Cardassia Prime. I was hoping to acquire some for Mavek before returning home, but I'm afraid the conference is demanding my attention. Perhaps you could be of assistance?
I'll see if I can find any. Elam Garrick, the Cardassian representative of the Borg, talks at DS9, wants a bottle of Bajoran distilled Kanar. The vintage is rare and not normally available in stores. You may need to speak to multiple people on DS9 to find it. So begins our trade quest. Thought I was going to be polite, but no.
I was informed you would be here as well. Welcome to the home of your enemy. I recommend you listen to what Starfleet has to say, but never forget, this is not friendly ground.
So I am Klingon aligned, if you couldn't tell. Commander Andrews wanted you to know that the start of the conference has been delayed.
How fortunate. We have an opportunity here. There is time to gather valuable intelligence about Starfleet's operations on this station. You and I will be under too much scrutiny from Commander Andrews' little pets to accomplish much. Your crew, however, may be able to learn a great deal without anyone noticing.
My crew is at your disposal.
If you are afraid that assisting me will somehow stain your honor or risk your standing among the diplomats here, I will find someone else. I will, however, note your refusal in my report to the High Council.
Oh, let's anything else? Alright then. Alright, so you don't think us. How do you know? License. License back. Okay. Also back. Okay. There's free. Negotiate. Do you have any Bajoran distilled Kanar? I heard you were looking for something special. That happens to be my speciality. I can get you anything you need for the right price. Thanks for your help. We've got the Kanar. Wonder how much that cost me. Let's give that right back to Garrick there. I was able to find the Kanar you wanted. Please accept it as my gift to you.
Impressive. Authentic Bajoran Kanar is hard to come by, even here. You're quite a resourceful individual. Thank you for your assistance. If at some point I can assist you in return, all you need to do is ask.
Thank you. Ah. See, this is one of the biggest changes. The Bajoran Temple is actually significantly larger. More temple-like. And this is how you enter Quarks. Quarks is not actually a place. It's a whole different map. Look at this.
Oh, your
Look
luck
at
has
this.
to change.
It's largely the
sometime.
same. A little bit bigger, a little bit more spread out, but oh, this is different. Ah, yes. They changed that out for the little micro stairs, the little twisty stairs. Alright, now we need to find Ambassador Sura in Quark's Bar. Ah, there you are.
Excellent work. Our operatives at Klingon Intelligence will go over this data. I'm sure we will be able to put it to good use.
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I speak for the Deferi. Until recently, my people isolated ourselves from the rest of the galaxy in an attempt to remain neutral. We seek balance in all things, and therefore choose not to take sides in conflicts that do not concern us. The Borg, however, threaten everyone. My own world has been scarred by the collective. I look forward to hearing your thoughts about how we can deal with the Borg when the conference convenes.
Captain Kurland has a situation he must deal with immediately. I'm sorry to tell you that the start of the conference has been delayed.
I understand. I must find something to do with my free time. I had been hoping to spend some time in one of the holosuites here. Several people have recommended them, and there is an historical holoprogram, the Matara Nebula, that I have been eager to play. Could you help me gain access to a holosuite? An hour or two would be more than sufficient.
Let me see what I can do. There should be a way to get a reservation for you. Ambassador Deferi would like to visit the house suite. Actually gets the stuff for that. That's nice. Alright. Diplomatic distractions. What's more to tell us? Could really use your advice. Never thought about it that way. Typical. Always so chatty.
What can I get for you?
I need to reserve a holosuite for the Deferi ambassador.
Sorry, I can't help you there. All of the holosuites are booked solid for the next week. I almost have more business than I can handle. Almost. Might be time to expand. Been thinking about a franchise operation for some time now. A Quarks in every sector, a Quarks in every quadrant. The only way you're going to get a reservation for today is by traveling back in time 3 months and making one there. That was a joke, by the way. No one wants Starfleet coming around asking about Temporal Prime Directive violations.
What if I find someone willing to give up their reservation?
I don't have any problem with that, as long as it doesn't make any problems for me. Understand? You bring Chief Rowe or Curlin in here asking about someone shaking people down for holosuite reservations, I won't hesitate to point out any suspicious characters I know about.
Of course. All right. Let's see. Talk to bar patron. Yeah, this stuff's great. Do you have a reservation? Aggressive? I do have a holosuite reserved. I had already chosen a program, but I'm sure we can change it to something that's more fun for two. Would you like to get a drink or dinner beforehand, or should I just meet you there? I'd like to acquire your reservation, but I don't want to share. Oh, that's a shame. I thought we had something. The reservation isn't for sale. However, if you change your mind, I might consider letting you join me. Then again, maybe not. You KDF types are usually more trouble than I want. Okay. So he clearly does not want to share. Go away, I don't want any company, especially yours. Do you have a holosuite reservation for today? Who wants to know? I need a reservation. Interested in selling yours? Humph, no. Why are you still here? Go away. Okay, well that's fun. Alrighty. Let's see here. Do you? Hey there, may I interest you in some self-sealing stem bolts? Do you have a reservation? I do. I'm going to use the holosuite to help demonstrate all the wonders of quality self-sealing stem bolts to a very important potential customer. Between you and me, these things are harder to move than you might think. I need your reservation. Interested in making a deal? I need to sell my entire inventory, or my profits this month will be way off projections. That's why I reserved the holosuite. I need to make a great impression on this new customer. But if you bought all my stem bolts, then I could cancel my meeting and catch the next shuttle out of here. Do we have a deal? I don't need that many stem bolts, but I might be able to arrange a buyer for you. Deal! I'll be here until my meeting starts. If you find a buyer for my self-sealing stem bolts before then, I'll give you my holosuite. Okay. So we need to find somebody that wants to buy stem bolts. I think they're in here. You? Okay. You guys want to talk? You guys want to talk? Go down there. Let me talk. Let me talk. Okay. Here? Yes. No? Alright. Alright. So I will be right back. And we're back. What she got?
Sorry to trouble you again, but Captain Curlin is wrapping up the problem in the cargo bay, and we will be able to begin the talks very soon. I've notified the other attendees, but our opening speaker isn't responding to hails. Could you please track him down for me? Admiral Zavglach Trem mentioned wanting someplace quiet. You might try the upper promenade or the temple.
Okay. And zoop again.
Greetings. I'm Captain Volkel Shawn. I've heard a lot about you. It's good to finally meet. I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't.
Do you need a large quantity of self-sealing stem bolts?
How many do you have? My chief engineer has been looking for stem bolts for weeks. He wants to do some upgrades to the Belfast, and the Defiant class has always been a little touchy. Sometimes it's best to use what works, even if the technology's a little out of date. We've made inquiries with several traders, but everyone we talked to dumped their inventories after the speculation bubble burst. Some Ferengi out there made a small fortune a few months ago cornering the stem bolt market, but now that supply is gone. I was hoping to find some here, but so far I haven't had the chance. If you know of a source, my crew could make the upgrades we need without having to find an industrial replicator.
That's a girl's best friend.
Did you find a buyer for my stem bolts? Yes, a ship captain wants to acquire your entire stock. That's fantastic news. I'll have the stem bolts sent to a ship immediately. If I catch the next shuttle, I'll be home in time for my daughter's birthday. I'll tell Hadron that my holosuite reservation is yours. Thanks again. We used to talk to Hadron, but now it's Quark.
What can I get for you?
Czar is willing to give me a holosuite reservation.
Good for you. There is the small matter of the reservation transfer fee, however.
What reservation transfer fee?
There is a minor fee associated with transferring a holosuite reservation. It's just enough to cover my administrative costs. 10,000 gold pressed latinum. Payable immediately.
That's outrageous.
Ooh, I can see you're a tough negotiator. And you do have a paid reservation. I'll make you a deal to speed things up so you can go save Captain Proton or whatever it is you need the holosuite for. 2,000 gold-pressed latinum. I'm losing money here, but I'll do it for you.
Are you insane?
You're killing me here. All right. I'll give you the friends and family discount, but you owe me one, and I have every intention of collecting. 100 gold-pressed latinum. Final offer. I suggest you take it.
100 sounds reasonable. Here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy yourself. Drop by any time you're on DS9.
Okay. Now we talk to Sura. I was able to get a reservation for a holosuite for you. Please enjoy yourself.
Wonderful. Most of the holotechnology on DEFERA is used for training or utilitarian purposes, so I don't have many chances to use a holosuite for entertainment. Thank you for your assistance. I hope you didn't go through too much trouble on my account.
All right, now we go find the conference speaker. He is here. Dr. Admiral Zav.
My apologies, both to you and Commander Andrews. It's not often that I get some time to myself these days. Captain Kurland offered me the use of his office, but I came here instead for some peace and quiet. Peace. It's in far too short of supply these days.
Too true.
I've been in Starfleet for a long time. I've seen more battles than I care to remember. But this one, there's no reasoning with the Borg. There's no chance for a non-violent solution. I only hope that we can unite before they come for us. No one is safe.
Take the turbolift to the conference. That's a wall. Take a seat.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so pleased that you all agreed to join us here today. As many of you are all too aware, the Borg attacks are increasing. If they are left unchecked, Starfleet predicts that the entire Alpha Quadrant could fall within 3 years. We all must work together to push these invaders out of our space and protect our homes and families.
I do not agree. My empire will stand, with or without your assistance. The Klingon Empire has never been stronger than it is right now. I dare the Borg to challenge us. Starfleet may cower in fear before a bunch of machines, but we do not.
If the Borg assimilate everyone in this quadrant,
from the
the
Klingon
might
Empire
of the Klingon Empire will
he hopes we are
pale
all
in
so
comparison
crippled by
to
our
that of
efforts
the
to
collective.
stop the Borg, we will be no match for a battle-hardened Klingon fleet. I
How
do
does the
not
proverb
want
go?
to be assimilated, but I don't
Yes.
want to be a
The
servant
wind
to the Klingon
does
Empire
not
either.
respect a fool.
The Deferi believe that all things must be in balance. We cannot counter the Borg threat if we ourselves are counter to one another. The Deferi do not wish to act against any of you. Therefore, should this meeting not reach a consensus, our best course of action is to not act at all.
Starfleet will do what it must to protect the Federation. However, if you want our assistance, you need to be willing to protect yourselves and contribute to this campaign. The Borg will be stronger if any of your civilizations are assimilated. Starfleet's hard at work developing new technology and tactics. We, at least, will be ready. And if we can't cooperate, I hope you don't suffer. And that we develop new weapons in time.
This is getting us nowhere. We came together in the spirit of cooperation. We need to find common ground.
Alright, now we talk
Now,
to the individuals.
did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Skill? Cardassia will be weakened if your government does not participate in this accord.
Cardassia Prime is still rebuilding from the Dominion War. We've achieved a great deal, but there is still much more to do. The continued threat of the true way makes progress difficult. Simply put, draining Cardassia's limited resources to fight the Borg will be a hard sell to the DEFERA Council.
What about your people? What will happen to them if the Borg invade Cardassia Prime?
We will protect our home world until the very end. Never think otherwise. Believe me, we understand the threat of the Borg. We just don't have the resources of the Federation or the Klingons. Even the Republic is in a better state in that regard. Defending Cardassia is not only our first option, it is our only viable option.
Garrick, without the help of the Cardassians, we will all be looking for new homes, and even those will not be safe from the Borg.
There is a certain wisdom in forming a unified force here. And Cardassia has other assets to lend to the effort besides brute force. Intelligence gathering, for example. Now, I just need to convince the DEFERA Council, which is far easier said than done. I might have better luck fighting a Borg cube by myself.
Good luck.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Sura, balance can only be preserved with the help of the Deferi.
Maintaining balance with all things must be our primary concern.
This isn't about balance. This is about stopping the Borg before they assimilate our worlds.
My world is one of those at risk, but I cannot reject balance, even to save my home and people. The universe uses conflict to restore the balance when we move too far out of equilibrium. The Borg advance, as painful as it may be, is simply another adjustment.
But the Borg do not seek balance. Instead of incorporating a person into their collective, they dominate, wiping away any traces of who that person once was. This furthers the imbalance.
It is one thing to choose to swim upstream against the current. It is quite another to drain the river because it is flowing in the wrong direction. The Borg do not respect the balance. We will offer what support we can to your fight.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Captain Sean, the Federation cannot afford to give the Borg a foothold in the Alpha Quadrant.
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, there are too many drains on our resources and a limited number of ships and officers. It may be simply unfeasible for us to sign on to be the protector of the entire Alpha Quadrant. Besides, we need to consider the Prime Directive. There are limits to what we can do.
I thought mutual protection was one of the tenets on which the Federation was founded.
Under dire circumstances, Starfleet may be forced to pull back from protecting all life to a position where we can defend only the core worlds. I hope it doesn't come to that. If it does, however, the needs of the many must outweigh the needs of the few.
Captain, let's be realistic. You know Starfleet can't be everywhere at once. You'll need help. You'll need our help.
Starfleet recognizes the Borg threaten all life in the Alpha Quadrant. We've lost too much already. We cannot lose anymore. Eventually, we'll all need to put our differences aside and unite in opposition to the Borg or anyone else who sows chaos and destruction. Our governments have had their differences, but the fight against the Borg is more important. And if the Iconians attack, they could make the Borg seem like a minor inconvenience. If we are to survive, we will need to work together.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Stas, the Klingon Empire would be foolish to ignore this fight.
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting the honor of the Klingon Empire.
You talk about honor. Doesn't your honor require you to fight with all your strength against an enemy like the Borg?
Do not presume to know what our honor demands. The Empire's pursuit of honor does not mean we are compelled to fight other people's battles.
Is it honorable to hold your back? Is it honorable to hold back your full strength in a fight?
Full strength? Ha! The might of the Klingon Empire can stand against the entire galaxy. Let them come.
As an empire, you are strong. But is the Quadrant strong without you? The Borg will not take sides. They oppose everyone.
What does the Empire gain by fighting at your side? We do not need to be hamstrung by your weakness, or to put your needs above our own.
Our needs are shared. If any single planet falls to the Borg, it will only make them stronger.
Ha! The so-called powers at this table will not survive without our assistance. It is good, then, that we see the merit in fighting the Borg. It would not be honorable for us to reserve our strength while others go out to fight. That is a trick worthy of a Romulan.
Let's take a quick recess to cool off. And that's funny. I don't remember anyone being scheduled to fly through the wormhole today.
There's something coming out of the wormhole. Captain, it's a Dominion fleet. They're charging weapons. Red alert!
Jem'Hadar boarding the station. Get the delegates out of here.
We have to get out of here!
It is time to leave.
Evac Protocol Alpha. Andrews, get everyone to shuttles. Prep the Defiant for launch. Blast it! The Jem'Hadar have cut off access to ops. Karen, you'll need to coordinate the evacuation. We'll get the delegates to the docking ring, and then I'll try to join you in ops.
Alrighty, let's do this. Captain, we need you back on the ship. We'll hold position here as long as we can, but the Jem'Hadar fleet is approaching the station.
Captain Kurland, good to know that you and the delegates are safe. Jem'Hadar have stormed the station and we're losing critical areas. The Defiant has launched and I've evacuated everyone possible, but a few of us stayed to...
Andrews? Andrews! Someone, answer me! What's going on?
Captain, my name is Loris, and I represent the Dominion. This station, and all remaining souls on it, are now under our control.
Captain, there's nothing more we can do but see our guests to safety. I have been in contact with Command. Our orders are to fall back to Bajor with the Starfleet forces. For the moment, we will cooperate with Captain Kurland. It may be the only way to keep any hope for a united attack against the Borg alive. The Federation must be planning a counteroffensive. It may be that we will join them. I, for one, relish the chance to meet Jem'Hadar again in battle. They are worthy opponents. Thank you for your assistance first. You did not have to assist us in the battle, but I see now that your reputation as a warrior is well deserved. Perhaps someday we can be allies again. I would be honored to fight at your side. The fleet is retreating to Bajor space to protect the planet in case the Jem'Hadar decide to push their advantage. Captain Kurland is in contact with Starfleet Command and your government, and we will be routing all available ships to this region. We defeated the Dominion once, we can do it again. Alright, so the Jem'Hadar that Benjamin Sisko, during the Dominion War, if you remember, it was an episode, I can't remember what name the episode is, I should have done my research on that. I usually do, but I didn't think of that. He jumped into the wormhole before the Jem'Hadar could come out, and he said, "Wormhole people, help us, help us, help us." And what they did was they kind of just poofed them out of existence. But they didn't poof them out of existence. To the Jem'Hadar, no time has passed. So 40 years have passed, but to them, 0 time has passed. They think that the war's still going. That's why they took Deep Space Nine. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, and till next time.